Hey, this is Brian again, and I'd like to ask you to do a favor. We can't do this work without people like you, so if you can, please like, share, subscribe, and tell your friends about Bring Back the Porch.
We both cooked. See how we both kept our garlic and onions separate? Because I guarantee she's not putting that garlic in before same time you put those onions in.
Yeah.
Do not ever put your garlic in at the same time as the onions, because it's going to get overcooked and bitter, and then it doesn't taste good.
Yeah, that's right.
This episode of Bring Back the Porch brought to you by Bernie Leahy, River Street Realty. Let's get you home.
Hey, everybody. Bring Back the Porch is in my kitchen today. I'm with my very good friend, Curtis Nash. Welcome. We thought we would challenge ourselves to make dinner for under $20 for 4 people. So, what are we having?
Spaghetti and meat sauce.
Perfecto. So maybe let's go through what we all have here for ingredients and start with that.
We have our pasta, a couple onions, a clove of garlic, some spices, 2 cans of crushed tomatoes, some olive oil, and to save a little money this day and age, this is ground pork instead of ground beef, which tastes just as good in the sauce, especially meat sauce.
And what is our price coming in at?
All this altogether around $15.60.
So I think that's pretty good value, considering for 4 people.
Exactly.
So in behind me here, I have a pot of water on the stove that's just going to be boiling for the pasta. We'll put some salt in it a little while. We're going to get started, I guess, prepping our veg, and then we'll get on to making the sauce. So I'm going to grab a couple cutting boards and some knives, and we'll get started. So we got our cutting boards and knives, and we're going to get going on stuff. I've grabbed a garbage bowl here to put all the onion skins and stuff in, just so it makes it easier when we're preparing. 1 onion for you, 1 onion for me, and we'll get started here. Curtis, when did you start to learn to cook?
When I moved away from... Actually, that's a lie. That's a lie. It wasn't when I moved away from home. My parents worked till like 5 or 6 o'clock. So when we were old enough, around like 12, ish, whoever was home had to cook. And it was just basic stuff.
So what do you mean by basic? What would be the kind of...
I remember making like something like this, or like goulash, a lot of pierogies, a lot of stuff that was like frozen, which I try to avoid now. And then when I moved out, I watched a lot of Food Network.
Yeah.
And I learned a lot off Food Network.
Yeah.
I'm not a professional by any means, but...
Did you ever work in a kitchen?
I did for a while.
Here in Medicine Hat?
No, it was in Calgary.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And would you say working in a kitchen is a bit of a high-stress area to work, or was it fun?
It was a blast. It's probably one of the most fun jobs I ever had.
Mm-hmm.
Stressful, it can be.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess once you know the basics, it's not too bad.
So for anybody watching, we will post our recipe here. This is Nash's spaghetti and meat sauce. And we would love your feedback. Leave us a comment in the post, or, reach out to us. You can find us on bringbacktheporch.com and send us your comments. If you want to see more cooking, if you think this is a good idea, we'd love to hear what you guys think about as far as trying to do some challenges with food. Food insecurity is one of those things that some people are having trouble with, so we're trying to come up with some low-cost alternatives, figure out how we can help people help themselves.
And I'm not sad about that. This is a supremely strong onion. I am barely opened my eyes, onion. Woo! My gosh. We're using 2 onions here because we both agreed that I love onions in my sauce.
Yes.
The more onions, the better. Onions and garlic.
I have a little bit of a green onion here. This can add bitterness to the sauce, so I'm going to take it out and put it in my bowl over here.
We got something eating.
Yeah. Now, when I make sauce at home, here in my kitchen, I usually puree my onion and I saute it in a pan. And as it sautés, it turns bright green. Like it looks like light. Yeah. And then as soon as it does that, some of the moisture comes out, and then that's when I add my garlic and my tomato. So maybe for another time I will make my own homemade sauce. But this was Curtis's idea, so that's what we're going with. We're just going to take the garlic here and pull out a few cloves. I'll give some to you, and I'll do a couple. Garlic is one of those things you either really love or you kind of like, but good cooks use a lot of garlic.
Yeah.
So.
And I like real garlic.
Yeah. I do have garlic.
Yep.
One of the things I like to do in the summer is get garlic here in Medicine Hat from one of the fresh producers here. Shout out to Huber Farms. And what I'll do is I'll put it into my Cuisinart and chop it very finely. And then what I'll do, I'll just get it out for you. I'll show you. So, it's okay. So what I like I said, I puree it. And then what I do is I freeze it. I flatten it, and then I score it. So if I need a tablespoon of garlic, it's already ready to go. I can just take a piece out, put it in soup or stew or whatever I want. So that's a quick way to prep once and use whatever you need. And are you a smasher or a chopper?
Both.
Ah.
I give it a whack. Actually, it's a good way to get the skin off too.
Yes.
Just give it a little push. Just give it a little push. I'm going to use the side of your knife too. Go like that. We should peel off. No
Perfect.
problem. See?
Lovely done.
So there's no excuse not to use real garlic. It tastes so much better.
It does, and it's a lot more affordable than you think.
Yeah.
Because a little goes a long way. Fresh. So this is going to be super garlicky. If you're wondering if there's somebody in our shop once in a while, that's my husband, Bob. He is our candid camera for today. So I hope you enjoy seeing his arm once in a while. Of course, we're not professional.
No.
So we're home cooks, and we're doing something that we think people want to see, and hopefully we're right. So, Curtis, you have a family, a wife, and a couple of kids.
Yep.
What are some of the ways you save money when it comes to groceries?
When it comes to groceries, I think the best way is the best thing about learning how to cook, even a little bit, because I'm no professional. I'm not a slouch, but I'm no professional. It's such a good skill to have to save you money because, one, you don't want to eat out as much. And two, if you come mildly competent, I only buy stuff that's on sale. Like if it's drumsticks, chicken thighs, chicken breasts, whatever it is that goes on sale, and I cook around that. I don't think in my head, I want this tonight and go out and buy it. I think that makes it so you actually spend more money. Be like, well, I feel like this tonight.
Yeah, and you just get whatever's available.
I feel like burgers, so you go out and buy burgers when
it
was definitely cheaper out there.
Let's pause for a moment so we can share some exciting news. We're proud to announce that our work here at Bring Back the Porch is getting noticed. From October to the end of January, our videos and reels viewed more than 1 million times. Some of those viewers could be your customers, so sponsoring Bring Back the Porch is a great way to get your message in front of them too. If you'd like to support our work here at Bring Back the Porch, we ask you to go to our website at bringbacktheporch.com and follow the links. Thank you for your support.
I think hunting for a good deal on meat and veg is a great idea. I also think using stuff that's in season, that's fresh, can really help, because that's when the produce is going to be at its peak, but it's also going to be the least expensive because there's so much of it in demand. The surplus, sort of in that August time when the corn, everybody's got corn, you're going to get a cheaper price for corn on the cob than you are, say, in March, where it's got to be shipped from somewhere else.
And I know because we both cooked. See how we both kept our garlic and onions separate? Because I guarantee she's not putting that garlic in before the same time you put those onions in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do not ever put your garlic in at the same time as the onions because it's going to get overcooked and bitter, and then it doesn't taste good.
Yeah, that's right. Now we're using a non-stick electric frying pan, but I mean, use whatever pot or pan you got. This is a kind of recipe you can do in a saucepan, and you can shake this down for one person, or you could scale it up for 6 very easily.
Yeah, this is definitely.
You know, yeah, there'll be a lot. Nobody's going to be leaving hungry.
No, you'll have leftovers.
And I mean, this is also something where if you wanted to sneak in another vegetable, you could easily add peppers or zucchini or whatever other vegetables you have that your family will eat. I would put in mushrooms, but I know Curtis hates mushrooms.
So you'll never see me cook with a mushroom. This is for my wife, mushroom soup. And if you're really trying to hide your vegetables from your kids, puree the onions.
That's an excellent idea.
You'll never know.
Yeah. And you know, it's one of those things that as you sort of get more confident in the kitchen, there's a few appliances that you will buy that you will use over and over again. One of those would be something like a food processor to puree things. I just have a small one. It only holds 2 cups, but it's great for, you know, just cutting up onions quickly, or if you're, like I said, if in the summertime I'm buying something that's fresh and I want to cut it down and freeze it, it's great to just be able to use that. And I mean, the other thing we talk about buying things in season and buying things on sale is don't forget to hit up your freezer section, because there is some great vegetables and products that are in your freezer section that, you know, can really stretch a meal that way as well.
Yep. So the onions are pretty much there. You want them to get a little translucent looking. It's called sweating your onions. It starts to release some of the sugars that are in onions. That's why sauteed onions are always so delicious. This is cooked right down to the sugars. So we're going to add our meat in.
Now, if you wanted, you could do beef, or you could do turkey or
chicken. It doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah, meat. Again, me with my gadgets. So
this is just pork, is a good alternative.
Yeah.
Lots of time ground pork meat isn't good by itself. Like if I was having meatballs, I have mixed pork with beef. But if you're going to cover this in tomato sauce anyway, I think lots of times it's more of a texture thing than anything.
Yeah. And, you know, the thing is, when you look at the price of pork in comparison to the price of beef, and like you said, it's going to be mixed anyways. You may as well enjoy that flavor of meat, you know.
Like this was literally half the price.
Yeah.
Of a pound of beef.
And I know, like I went and bought a pound of ground chicken, and it was $3.69 for a pound. It was frozen. So, I mean, that's another thing. If you buy meat that's frozen already and you have the time, there seems to be like an equation between time and effort that changes the price of food, right? So when you're looking at something, I can buy it frozen. If I got the time to let it thaw, it'll be the same in my recipe, but I'll save myself a little bit of money just by doing that, right?
It's true. That's why I'm not against frozen things for supper, but buying a box of frozen meatballs and making meatballs,
completely different.
Completely different.
Yeah,
I mean,
I agree.
Fill it with salt and preservatives and.
Yeah.
But I'm all one for convenience as well.
Yeah. I'm
not going to sit up here on my high horse.
Yeah.
But.
Well, I mean, there is when you talk about sort of maybe if your end goal is to save money, which is kind of what we're doing today, put in the effort. If your end goal is to save time, then use some shortcuts.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and you can create yourself some ways to have shortcuts that are still, you make everything advanced, but maybe you make it once and you freeze half of it. Or I think we were talking about lasagna is kind of one of those things. By the time you add up all the ingredients, it's expensive. So why not make 3?
That's what I do, yeah.
Yeah.
When time you buy blocks of cheese and all the ingredients for the meat sauce and everything, you're like, that lasagna was expensive. Be like, well, that's because you made 1, when you could make 2 or 3 and use all the ingredients, then it's definitely didn't cost as much.
Yeah. And it's also a good way to, maybe we should talk about the dreaded leftovers that a recipe like this is where you could sneak in some leftovers if you had, you know, maybe you have leftover sauteed vegetables from another night, or even for something like this, maybe I'll get grilled for this. But if I had leftover taco meat from Taco Tuesday, I would add it into my spaghetti sauce on Saturday.
Why not?
You know, I use kosher salt and I use my hand.
Yeah.
I try to control the amount of salt I put in stuff. I figure that's a better way to shake it head on.
Another good way for learning how to cook is, I don't measure anything. Unless it's baking. Baking, you need to measure. Stuff like this, if you know what to put in it, that makes it taste Italian, like your basil, your Italian seasoning, basil, oregano, thyme, maybe even rosemary, garlic, it'll taste Italian. I guarantee it.
Yeah. And you know, it is, especially if you've sort of started to cook and you're feeling pretty confident about it, it's a great way to explore new flavors, is to, you know, take a recipe that you really love and see, well, what does it taste like if I add extra basil? What does it taste like if I add, you know, some spice that I'm a little scared of? Does it make it better or worse, right? And sometimes your family can be your guinea pigs. and I mean, the other thing is, if you have a picky eater, but you know they like a specific spice, that's a way to kind of introduce a food if you know they already like the spice.
I have 2 children who like the exact opposite things. And I'm sure there's some parents out there who have the same problem. Oh, it's getting close to brown. Almost garlic time.
So would you say like one likes spicy and one doesn't, or what do you mean by that?
One will eat spicy, one loves rice, one doesn't like rice. One likes long noodles to slurp, one doesn't like long.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's real helpful.
Well, you know, when do you think you'll start introducing cooking to your families?
I make them already.
Oh,
My daughter's 13, and I make her cook, and my son's 10. And he likes to cook. He's just a little wary sometimes of like the hot stove, which is fine. I try to make him say, it's only as dangerous as you make it, I guess, right?
Yes, yep.
But he's pretty short.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's harder for him to cook.
Well, that's where maybe having something like a electric frying pan that you know you can put it on a space like the kitchen table, maybe modify for him.
Exactly.
I think the other thing you could do too is maybe start with something. If you don't want them to use the hot stove, maybe start with, okay, you're in charge of peeling potatoes and carrots.
If he wants carrots for a snack now, we used to do a whole bunch of them. Well, when he was younger, of course, we did it for him.
Yeah.
But now that he's older, like, you want a carrot? Peel it.
Yeah. And that's a great way to kind of get kids thinking about where food comes from and how to cook it. I know, like, I grew up in a family of 5. And yeah, my after school was field of potatoes and carrots. And then when my dad wanted to start supper, then that part was done. I think he just really hated potatoes and carrots.
I give my wife to peel my potatoes. There's nothing I hate more than peeling potatoes.
Yeah.
But I try to teaching a kid how to peel carrots and potatoes and learning how to cut a potato, especially a carrot. Carrot can be dangerous to cut. If your kid can cut a carrot safely,
yeah,
it's all good.
Yeah.
Everything else is easy. Well, I'll put the garlic in. Like I said, I'd almost be tomato sauce, the liquid part of it.
Yeah.
Because there's not much grease on this pork, which is really good. Like I said, you don't want to burn that garlic because then it's all going to be bitter, just enough.
Yeah. So I grab some tomatoes here.
Sweet. All right.
And these are crushed tomatoes.
Crushed. Some people do one crushed, one chunky sometimes.
I've even done like crushed and then added fresh tomatoes at the end, just to give that extra different texture.
Even if you want to chunk your sauce, just use one.
Really?
But I said this is going to be more than enough for a family of 4. This would be 2 meals.
So we got the tomatoes in.
It is. Now you got to put it on a low simmer. Another pet peeve, please, myself, don't ever cook on a high heat. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Nothing good can come out of your stove on maximum.
Yeah.
Unless you're boiling water.
Yeah. I think sometimes too, a recipe like this is a perfect one where you could start it in the morning even and put it in a crock pot or put it in the oven on low and let it just go all day.
Yeah.
And by supper time, it'll be even better.
Yeah, the longer you leave it, the better it'll taste, for sure.
So what kind of seasoning do you want to put in there?
Italian is definitely some basil. Like I said, I don't measure. I just kind of...
With your heart?
Yeah, wing it. I use feeling.
Yeah.
And then when you know the meat's cooked, you just taste it. I got some oregano. Those holes are too small.
I'm a big fan of fennel. So I'm going to cut the seeds up a bit.
Yeah.
Just so it's distributes a little easier. Nobody wants a big hunk of fennel in their,
Fennel seed.
In their teak.
That taste in sausage, that makes sausage is usually fennel. A lot of it.
It's a bit of a kind of a licorice flavor, and a little goes a long way. But it's one of those things that they go, what makes this taste so good? And inevitably, it's the fennel. So I like to use a scraper for my cutting board. I don't know about other people. I don't like to use my knife. Knives are expensive and scrapers are cheap. So I try to maintain that. It changes the smell right away, right?
Right away, you can smell licorice.
Yeah. And the other thing I've got here,
yes,
I think we should add in, this is a rind from a piece of real Parmesan cheese.
Yes.
And the great thing about this is you put it in, it'll infuse the flavor of cheese into the sauce, and then you just pick it out afterwards.
And
Yeah.
so it's like a bay leaf.
Yeah. So we'll just plop that in.
Always use the stuff that you throw out that you don't need to.
Yeah.
Is insane. That's for sure.
So we'll probably let this cook down about 20 minutes, and we'll have a check on it, and we'll be back.
All right, so it's been a few minutes, but you always got to taste your food. Like, see what you got to add to it.
I think it needs a little salt.
Salt. Yeah. Definitely salt.
You can be the salt guy. What do you think? Does it need a little bit more pepper?
Yeah, I'll put some more pepper in it.
What about for spices? Does it need anything?
I have no problems adding a little more of the basil and oregano.
Good.
Why not? Little bits at a time. That's the trick.
So I think the other thing that when you're learning to cook, one of the things to think about too is timing of when you're going to eat. So the sauce will probably, the sauce could sit for 25 minutes. It could sit for an hour. It's just going to get better at this point. Right now, everything's cooked.
It's technically done.
So, I mean, this is the point where I would think about the pasta.
Drop the pasta in.
I'm one of the people that I have my water on and I get it boiling right when I start cooking. So it's ready to go when I am. I don't like to sit and wait for the water to boil. So if my water boils for an extra 10 minutes, I don't care.
No.
So,
all you're going to get is less water.
Yeah, but if you put the lid on, it's not going to be like that.
Not going to go anywhere.
Okay.
Are you a salted water for pasta?
Yes. Oh. Yes, I am. So.
All right, we'll drop some pasta in then.
All right.
Now, just because it's for 4 people, I bought 2, but we're not going to use 2.
Yes, we're going to just do 1 package. That's 500 grams, which I think technically
is for 4.
Is for 4. So. All right, so add some salt.
Salt your water. Always salt your water. Right. Slating?
Yeah. The thing that you need to keep in mind too is the water is going to drop as soon as you put it in. So if you can bring the heat up on your water, it'll come back to a boil a lot faster. So I had that pot on medium. I've now put it up to high, and you can see it's already starting to churn and boil. How long is this going to take to cook, Curtis?
Noodles, 5 minutes. Maybe a little bit longer, depending on how chewy you like them.
I would say 8 to 9 minutes. But that's just me. And now I'm the kind of person, I always save a little bit of pasta water. If I was tossing this and serving it right away as a main dish for a group of people, I would toss it all into a bowl altogether. But for today, we're going to strain the spaghetti once it's cooked, and we'll just make up a bowl and put sauce on top.
Yeah, because that way if you have extra sauce left over, you can just freeze the sauce.
Good.
It's all right to have noodles roasted, but it's never as good.
Yeah. So the sauce has been simmering.
Stick it right up.
And now we get to play Find the Cheese.
Yeah. Take out the cheese rind. Lays in there. Oh, got it.
So yeah, so that's a great way to use something that's going to add flavor and texture to the sauce and give it that little cheesy flavor without spending any money on it, because it otherwise would have went into the trash.
Now let's dish up some pasta.
All right, so the water is boiling. We should check it and see if it's done. Curtis, what texture do you like your spaghetti to have?
Slightly chewy.
So in Italian, they call that al dente. It's got the right bite to the tooth.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm. So we'll strain it and
Eat.
All right. Well, it's time to dig into our food. We've got a special Porch friend with us, Serena Grona. She's agreed to be our official pasta taster. So tell us how we did.
I hold this honor very highly. I'm very excited. Mm-hmm. I'm going to rate that a solid 10 out of 10.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, a meal for easily 4 with leftovers for under $20, and it's delicious. So if you have any recipes of your own that you'd like us to try, that your family does on a budget, send it in the comments.
And cheers.
Cheers.
Have fun.
Hey, this is Brian again, and I'd like to ask you to do a favor. We can't do this work without people like you, so if you can, please like, share, subscribe, and tell your friends about Bring Back the Porch.